Good evening, and welcome to Braintree High School's Academic Awards presentation for the 2019-2020 school year. Each year, the teachers and administrators of Braintree High School come together to honor students who have demonstrated outstanding achievement in their studies over the past year. During this program, you will hear about awards representing quality work in individual classes, across programs, within departments, and across the entire school. It truly is an opportunity to celebrate our students for their achievement in what may be the most fundamental of our pride values, namely educational excellence. This evening is looked forward to by all of our teachers, curriculum directors, and administrators, and is personally one of my favorite nights of the year. This year, obviously, our program will be a little different. Since it is not possible for us all to gather together in the auditorium to take part in the ceremony, we have instead created this virtual ceremony, which we hope will impart some sense of recognition, even while school remains officially closed and we utilize a remote learning model for the remainder of the school year. Dr. Lee, the director of the Social Studies Department, and Mr. Dellery, the housemaster for House 1, have collaborated on organizing and creating the presentation you are about to see, and each of the curriculum directors have contributed to the honoring of their award winners. All of the awards bring with them tangible items as well, certificates, books, or plaques, which students will be able to pick up at a later date. For now, we are excited to honor them, and we hope that you enjoy this virtual presentation of Braintree High School's Academic Awards presentation for the 2019-2020 school year.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors, that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave.
My name is Andy Dellery, and I'm one of the three housemasters here at Braintree High School. This evening, we will be presenting Individual Achievement Awards, chosen by our teachers. All faculty members at BHS have the opportunity each year to recognize one student. Students chosen this evening represent a cross-section of grades and levels reflecting the wide-ranging nature of the BHS curriculum. Recipients have been chosen by their teacher for their overall qualities in academic performance, motivation, participation, leadership, work ethic, and academic integrity. So I'll begin this evening by recognizing students chosen for the Individual Achievement Award by teachers in our art department. Mr. Keeney recognizes Alexis Harris for her work in 3D design. Ms. Young honors Karen Lee for Fine Art 2 and Independent Study. Ms. Smith would like to recognize Rachel Marr for Yearbook. Mr. McGowan awards Ariana Nuzzo for Fine Arts 1. Mrs. Hurley would like to recognize Jason Rothie for his work in Digital Design 1 and National Art Honor Society.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Heidi Hurley. I'm the Director of Art and Design for Braintree Public Schools. I'm here to award the Art Department Book Awards for the 2020 school year. We have 3 awards, and our first award is the Joan Carroll Book Award. This award goes to Ivy Stanton. Ivy exemplifies Miss Carroll so many ways with her kindness, passion, creativity, and dedication. Miss Carroll is the former Director of Art and Design for Braintree Public Schools. Ivy is an amazing human being and a naturally talented artist and photographer. Her photography is full of visual information that tells amazing stories. Ivy is independent and focused on her goals and an active participant and leader in the art room as well as the entire school. Congratulations, Ivy. Our next award is the Jonna B. Sundberg Book Award. Jonna B. Sundberg was the Director of Art for many, many years at Braintree Public Schools. She was an amazing person and one of my mentors. This award this year goes to Paige Harrison. Paige is an exceptionally talented and creative individual who executes her artwork with amazing craftsmanship and imagination. Paige's dedication to everything she does is exemplary, from her leadership abilities as president to the National Art Honor Society, the Theater Guild, and in the art room. Paige is mature and thoughtful in her interactions with other students and readily available to those who need help or advice. Best success to Paige as she heads off to Carnegie Mellon to do some really amazing things. Congratulations, Paige. Our final award, the book award, is the Richard T. Larson Book Award. This is a personal award for me because Richard T. Larson was my dad. He was an art teacher in Braintree Schools for 36 years. He was well loved. He was crazy. Perfect for this awardee. This goes to Erin Buckley. Passion and creativity, the best words to describe Erin. She's constantly setting up challenges to achieve her creative goals by being resourceful and seeking out ways to improve her skills, concepts, and talents. In the same fashion as my dad, Mr. Larson, Erin's lust for life and charismatic smile is constantly shining a light on everyone. We wish Erin the very best as she heads off to Massachusetts College of Art and Design to shine in the art world. Shine on, Erin.
Our second department this evening is the English department, and we'll begin with Teacher Individual Achievement Awards. Ms. Panza would like to recognize Kayla Cato for her work in English 10. Mr. Nellis honors Sophia Chiaramita for broadcast journalism. Mrs. Violet awards Luke Christmas for his work in English 9. Mrs. Wiggin would like to recognize Catherine Costello for creative writing. Ms. Ciani recognizes Maggie DiCarlo for English 10. Mr. Daly awards John Doherty for his work in writing and literature. Ms. Sarantakis would like to recognize Carrie Huang for English 9. Mrs. Rollo honors Grace Lai for her work in writing and literature. Ms. Rodswick honors Josiah Martino Barrios for writing and literature. Ms. Culbertson would like to recognize Mei Ning for English 9. Ms. Gorman awards Colleen O'Riordan for literature and identity. Mr. Jeffries would like to recognize Bridget Sawyer for English 9. Ms. Fazio honors Adriel Souza for English language education. Ms. Wallenstein would like to recognize Quinn Tran for his work in English 10. Mr. Parry honors An Tran for English 9. Ms. Murphy awards Ni Vu for English 9. Mrs. Penley would like to recognize Bowen Chow for English language education.
Depending on when you're watching this video, I'd like to say good morning, good day, or good evening, and welcome to an awards event that I'm sure we will all remember. For students, the good news is that you don't have to sit in the auditorium for 2 hours waiting for your name to be called. The bad news is that you're watching this at home, and you've been at home since the middle of March. Anyway, I hope you are all doing well. My name is Rock Roberts, and I am the Director of English and Reading for the Braintree Public Schools. Tonight, I have the honor of presenting 5 academic awards to 5 students who have excelled in the study of English language arts. The first English award to be given tonight, the Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony Award in Humanities, is sponsored by the University of Rochester and recognizes a student who excels in the humanities, serves the community, and demonstrates leadership. This year's recipient of the Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony Award in Humanities is Annabella Peasy. Annabella was nominated by her AP language teacher, Miss Sarantakis, who commends Annabella for her in-class discussions and written assignments that demonstrate interdisciplinary knowledge that informs Annabella's passion for social reform issues. Miss Sarantakis writes, Annabella's involvement with Braintree High School's National Art Society and sports serves to foster her ability to engage with a variety of points of view, while her reflective nature allows her to lead her class in conversation that reflects multiple perspectives. As a result, Annabella engages her peers in considering the larger community of Braintree High School and strives to make the community more inclusive. Congratulations, Annabella. The second award given by the English department is the Dartmouth College Book Award. This award honors a junior known for intellectual excellence in English and proven leadership. This year's Dartmouth College Book Award goes to Cecilia Hafferty. Cecilia was nominated by her AP language teacher, Miss Murphy, who commented, a master craftsman, a thought provoker, a humble leader in the classroom. Cece demonstrates a consistent commitment to exploring and mastering the many aspects of the English curriculum. Her understanding of the craft of writing as both reader and writer are exceptional and commendable. Incredibly insightful, Cece's mature approach to exploring texts and topics reflects a keen perception beyond her years, allowing for engaging, enlightening, and entertaining conversations in the classroom. Congratulations, Cece. The next award, the Brown University Book Award, is bestowed upon the top junior English student who combines academic excellence with clarity in spoken and written expression. Delia McGrath is this year's Brown University Book Award recipient. Delia was nominated by Ms. Sarantakis, who writes, Delia's ability to concisely articulate her ideas both verbally and through her written work exemplifies academic excellence. Her command of grammatical conventions, analysis of rhetorical strategies, and thoughtful engagement in class discussions heightens the quality of her work. Delia's work consistently stands out and establishes her as a leader in the class. Well done, Delia. Next, the Mary Nichols Award recognizes a senior who shows outstanding ability in writing. The recipient of this year's Mary Nichols Award goes to Ivy Stanton. Ivy was nominated by Mr. Jeffries, who commends Ivy for her mastery of syntax and style that extends well beyond her years and has allowed Ivy to quickly emerge as a top writer in her AP Literature and Composition course. Her flawless grammar and precise diction made the insightful ideas of her essay shine more brightly, even poetically. Her fluid, concrete writing and perceptive mind promise many great successes as she continues her education. Well done, Ivy. The last award presented by the English department this evening, or this afternoon, or in the middle of the day, is the Ann L. Keenan Award. This award recognizes a Braintree High School senior who exemplifies intellect, work ethic, initiative, and high academic excellence in English. This year, the award goes to Samantha Lee. Mr. Jeffries, Samantha's AP Literature teacher, nominated Samantha, writing, perhaps more than any other AP Literature and Composition student, Samantha has shown a willingness to internalize teacher suggestions for writing and analysis, resulting in steady improvement over the course of the school year. Samantha's tireless preparation and commitment to excellence have made her a top performer on synthesis papers and in-class essays. Her research paper on the influence of Wright's own biography on the creation of his novel Native Son, for example, is a testament to what a motivated student can achieve when he or she is willing to solicit feedback and meticulously edit. There is no doubt that Samantha's work ethic will lead to many successes in the future. Congratulations, Samantha, and congratulations to all the recipients of this year's English Awards. This concludes the English portion of the program. Stay well and best wishes.
Our next department this evening is Health and Wellness, and we'll begin again with Teacher Individual Achievement Awards. Ms. McAuliffe recognizes Karen Calderara for her work in Preschool Lab 1. Mr. O'Connell awards Caroline Carey for Phys Ed. Mr. Langenthal recognizes Mackenzie Donlin for Phys Ed. Ms. Sartre awards Samantha Doucette for her work in Preschool Lab 1. Mr. Langenthal would like to recognize Terry Ely for Phys Ed. Mr. Ritz would like to recognize Emma Erickson for Health. Ms. Spalding recognizes Derek Foley for Health. Ms. Spalding also honors Charles Lewis for Phys Ed. Mr. Trokey would like to recognize Eamon Mackey for his work in Wellness. Ms. Ranieri honors Liam O'Malley for Phys Ed. Mr. O'Connell would like to recognize Kevin Pilgrim for Phys Ed. Ms. Spalding honors Kristen Roos for Phys Ed. Mrs. Ranieri would like to recognize Hannah Shaw for her work in Phys Ed.
Hello, BHS. My name is Melanie Bennett, and I am the Director of Health and Wellness, and I will be presenting the Marge Smith Award. The Marge Smith Award has been established to honor a retired and highly respected physical education director who promoted a quality physical education program and the importance of leading a healthy and active lifestyle. This is awarded annually to an exceptional Braintree High School senior who has embodied the qualities of leadership, sportsmanship, and citizenship over all 4 years. On behalf of the Physical Education Department, I would like to read what the department had to say about Justin Turpin. Justin is always a pleasure to have in physical education class. He is consistently one of the first students to help lead warm-up activities and assist with equipment. He gives maximum effort in all sports and displays a positive attitude. Justin serves as a great role model for his peers. It is with pride and pleasure that we present this Marge Smith Book Award to Justin Turpin. Congratulations. I am happy to name Samantha Donovan as the recipient of the Christine Vincent Award. Ms. Vincent worked for many years to develop a program to serve the community as a preschool resource. But more importantly, she believed in the students at Braintree High School and their ability to take on the challenge of developing curriculum and teaching lessons in a preschool setting. Over the many years Ms. Vincent taught in Braintree, she not only taught the preschool lab, but mentored students and saw them succeed in her classes, as well as in chosen fields related to the importance of giving children a great start in school and other areas of life. I would like to take a moment and share what Mrs. McAuliffe had to say about Sammy. Sammy has been an outstanding student since the first day of preschool lab. She demonstrates high achievement, admirable work ethic, and a positive leadership in the classroom. She watched her preschool students grow, made them laugh, and wiped away their tears on tough days. Most importantly, she helped shape them into the students they are today. Sammy will be continuing her education at UMass Amherst for education, pursuing her dream of becoming a teacher. Sammy's future students will be lucky to have such a wonderful, understanding, and admirable teacher one day. All the best and congratulations.
My name is Matthew Reardon, and I'm the Housemaster for House 3. I'll be presenting the next set of awards. For mathematics, Ms. Eckler recognizes Jack Bleakney for geometry. Mrs. Squires recognizes Julia Carrera for algebra 2. Mrs. Wassel recognizes Gary Collins for algebra 2. Mr. Williams recognizes Jacqueline Deagle for algebra 2 pre-calculus honors. Mrs. Wood recognizes Emily Deagle for AP Calculus AB. Mrs. Feener recognizes Jaden Ferreira for algebra 2. Mr. Flynn recognizes Martin Finnerty for geometry. Mr. Flynn recognizes Stephen Friel for algebra 1. Mr. Clark recognizes Amanda Glynn for geometry. Miss Lobby recognizes Arif Irma Zalman for algebra 1. Miss Jacob recognizes Zoe King for calculus. Mr. Cooper recognizes Samantha Lee for AP statistics. Mr. Grollo recognizes Nanila Nguyen for geometry. Mr. Belmasto recognizes Benjamin Nolan for Introduction to Business and Personal Finance. Mr. McKinney's recognizes Caitlin O'Rourke for statistics. Mr. Wakeland recognizes Melissa Selesky for math. Mrs. Mulcairns recognizes Adam Sang for Algebra 2 Pre-Calculus. Ms. Stonebreaker recognizes Nicholas Volpe for Algebra 2 Pre-Calculus. Mrs. Nelson recognizes Brianna Wu for Algebra 1.
Hi, I'm Courtney Miller, the Director of Mathematics, and it is my pleasure and honor to present 3 Math Book Awards today. The first award is the Therese McKillop Award, named after the first female math director for the Braintree Public Schools. The award is given to a senior female student who has shown outstanding ability in mathematics all 4 years of Braintree High School. This year, the award goes to Sabrina Carnes. Sabrina's passion for mathematics has been demonstrated each and every day for the past 4 years. Her mathematical intuition and strong work ethic have allowed her to remain as one of the highest achieving students in each of her math courses. Sabrina plans to continue pursuing her love of mathematics by studying finance at Boston College next year. Congratulations, Sabrina. The second award is the Kenneth Dooley Award, named after the former director of mathematics who is celebrated for implementing AP Calculus into the course offerings at Braintree High School. The award is given to a senior male student who has shown outstanding ability in mathematics all 4 years. This year, the award goes to Trevor McDonald. Trevor consistently contributes to class discussions and actively searches for connections to other mathematical concepts for his own personal growth and understanding. His mathematical intuition and outstanding success are noteworthy. Trevor plans to use his strong mathematical background next year while studying molecular and cell biology at Northeastern. Congratulations, Trevor. The third award is the William Kendall Award, named after the former director of math and computers, whose passion for math and technology pushed him to bring the Computer Science A and Computer Science Principal courses to Braintree High School. The award is given to a student who stands out for being passionate, curious, and knowledgeable in the field of computer science. This year, the award goes to Charlotte Yang. Charlotte shows a natural talent and overwhelming passion for the field of computer science. As a sophomore, she remained at the top of her class in her AP Computer Science Principles course. And this year, as a junior, her exceptional work ethic and academic success have continued in her AP Computer Science A course. Congratulations, Charlotte.
For the music department, Mr. Sawtell would like to recognize Kevin Bowser for concert choir. Dr. Sulbaran recognizes Joel Diudi for electric piano 1, and Dr. Sulbaran recognizes Samantha Lee for chamber orchestra.
My name is Matthew Sawtell. I'm the Director of Music for Braintree Public Schools. It is my honor and privilege to announce the following recipients for the Music Awards. The first award we have is the John Philip Sousa Band Award. John Philip Sousa Band Award is a recognition of outstanding achievement and interest in instrumental music for singular merit in loyalty and cooperation, and for displaying those high qualities of conduct that school instrumental music requires. Mr. Buckley has nominated Raul Prasad. He says, Raul has consistently demonstrated musical leadership in Braintree High School's wind ensemble this past year. As a bassoonist, he was accepted into MMEA's Southeast District Orchestra and All-State Orchestra, the latter which performed at Symphony Hall in Boston this past March. He has composed and arranged music alone and with classmates for several assignments this year. These were sophisticated compositions that demonstrate a high level of artistry and grasp of music theory. Raul is a mature and friendly young man who elevates the musicianship of those around him. I am very proud to present him with the John Philip Sousa Award. Congratulations, Raul. Next, we have the National School Orchestra Award. The National School Orchestra Award is in recognition of singular merit and outstanding contributions to the success of the school orchestra, for displaying an unusual degree of loyalty and cooperation, and for exemplifying that high standard of conduct that is the aim of the school instrument program. Dr. Solbaran has nominated Kristen Ng. She says, I would like to nominate Kristen Ng. Kristen is a phenomenal musician who has gone above and beyond in her community, performing in both districts and Semsba ensembles, as well as string quartet throughout her high school career. She is an admired leader and a very hard worker, and I will miss her dearly next year. Congratulations, Kristen. Next, we have the National School Choral Award. It is in recognition of singular merit, ability, and achievement of outstanding contributions to the success of the school vocal program, and of an unusual degree of loyalty, cooperation, and high qualities of conduct That is the aim of the school choral program. I nominate Anthony Samuel. Anthony is an amazingly talented musician whose talents do not end in the chorus room. He has been selected to participate in various SEMSPA groups as well as MMEA district events in the Massachusetts All-State Choirs. Through these groups, he has had the opportunity to perform all over the South Shore, as well as at Symphony Hall in Boston. Anthony also writes and creates his own music during his free time, as he is currently working to put together his own album. His creativity will take him far in and out of the field of music. He will surely be missed next year. Next, we have the Francis Guida Choral Music Award, which is given to a junior with promising musical achievement and choral performance. I would like to nominate Sage Heffernan. Sage has proven to be a leader in each of her ensembles. I've had the privilege of teaching her from 6th grade and now in high school. She shows determination and passion for all that she does. She participates in MMA and SEMSPA festivals and is a pivotal voice with each ensemble in which she participates. I look forward to what next year brings. And last but not least, we have the Choral Creed Award, which is given to a senior who has demonstrated an unusual degree of loyalty, cooperation, and leadership, and has made an outstanding contribution for the benefit of the group. I nominate Jacob Schindler. Jake has been a pivotal part of the choral department, from being a leader and example in the classroom of consistent effort to helping choreograph the dances for show choir. Jake's desire to see the choral program continue to grow was evident in all of his interactions. He's a talented young man who will continue to succeed in music well beyond high school.
For the science department, Mr. DeMilla would like to recognize Preeti Bachu for biology. Mrs. Arikian O'Connell would like to recognize James Deary for introductory physics. Miss O'Dwyer recognizes Cameron DiCarlo for forensics. Mr. Fuller recognizes Maggie DiCarlo for biology. Mrs. Wallace recognizes Martin Finnerty for physics. Miss Johnson recognizes Jada Gulino for chemistry. Miss Lebo recognizes Nayeli Hiro for biology. Dr. Kassev recognizes Jasmine Huang for physics. Dr. Paseggio recognizes Nicoletta Nauber for AP biology. Mrs. Ferguson recognizes Lucy Lee for chemistry. Miss Ferguson recognizes Abrar Morgan for biology. Mr. Wood recognizes Jacob Murphy for chemistry. Miss Jordan recognizes Ryan Norton, chemistry. Miss Diedzik recognizes Anya O'Shea in biology. Mrs. Smith recognizes Riley Ridge in anatomy and physiology. Miss Caracciolo recognizes Ida Santos in chemistry. Miss Fitzgerald recognizes Siani Silva for physics. And Mrs. Smith recognizes Alan Sun in anatomy and physiology.
Hello, I'm Dr. Clifford, the Director of Science. I am honored to present this year's academic awards on behalf of the Science Department. Our first award is the Bosch and Loam Science Award. This year's recipient is Kareem Moulin. Kareem consistently performs at the top of his classes in science. He is always one of the first people in class to help other students. Kareem deepens his own understanding by completing additional assignments and problems. Congratulations, Kareem. Our second award is the Rensselaer Medal Award. This year, the award goes to Nicholas Ho. Nick looks at the world with a different perspective. He asks deeper and more insightful questions, which pushes the conversation and learning for him and his classmates. Congratulations, Nick. Our final awards are the Rochester Institute of Technology, Innovation, and Creativity Awards. The first recipient is Kayla O'Shea. Kayla has competed on the Braintree Women's of Science team and has been very successful. She is known to solve lab scenarios in different and creative ways. Her maturity and initiative make her an outstanding lab aide. Our second recipient of the Innovation and Creativity Award is Samuel Salish. Sam is a hardworking student who always has the respect of his teachers and peers alike. He is known to be a group leader and helps others with difficult topics. Congratulations to both Kayla and Sam.
My name is Nancy Moynihan, and I'm the housemaster for House 2. and I will be presenting the next set of Teacher Individual Achievement Awards for the Social Studies Department. Mr. Freeman would like to recognize Caitlin Arsenault for AP Psychology. Mr. Krall would like to recognize Preeti Bachu for World History and U.S. Government. Ms. Folan would like to recognize John Bleakney for World History and U.S. Government. Ms. Egbert would like to recognize Kayla Cato for World History. Mr. Hoppert would like to recognize Cooper Emerson for AP Human Geography. Mr. Britton would like to recognize Luis Fernandez for World History and U.S. Government. Mr. Fredericks would like to recognize Jaden Ferrara for U.S. History. And Ms. Picard would like to recognize Shannon Houlihan for World History and U.S. Government. Mr. Wiggin would like to recognize Christopher Kuja for Modern World History. Ms. Lang would like to recognize Annie Lee for U.S. History. Mr. Pelletier would like to recognize Dante Pettinato for AP U.S. History. Mr. Ritlin would like to recognize Caitlin Tran for Modern World History. Mr. Flanagan would like to recognize Matthew Ward for U.S. History.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lee. I am the Director of Social Studies for the Braintree Public Schools, and I am very proud to present the Social Studies Department Book Awards for the 2019-2020 school year. This year, the Social Studies Department is proud to recognize 4 exceptional students for academic excellence in social studies. The first set of awards to be given this year are the Nancy Gunther Awards. These awards are given each year to students who have demonstrated outstanding academic improvement in their social studies classes. The award is named for Nancy Gunther, a former social studies teacher and director in the system who always believed that every child can achieve great success. This year, 2 students have been recognized by their social studies teachers for going above and beyond to achieve academic success through effective effort, commitment, and self-discipline to overcome challenges that typical high school students face on a daily basis. I am proud to announce that the Social Studies Department has selected Abra Morgan and Yara Hammond as this year's recipients of the Nancy Gunther Awards. Abra Morgan is a student in Mrs. Egbert's Modern World History class. This is what Mrs. Egbert had to say about Abra. Abra's writing ability to DBQ responses has significantly improved as she increased her score from Term 1 to Term 3 over 10 points. She spent time on self-reflections, outlines, and drafts to improve her writing ability. Her growth was impressive, and she continues to impress with the level of work she puts into her remote learning assignments each week. The other Nancy Gunther Award recipient is Yara Hammond. Yara is a student in Mr. Hoppert's AP Human Geography class. Mr. Hoppert writes, Yara has shown tremendous growth this year in AP Human Geography. Her work ethic and desire to improve was unmatched by her peers. She took advantage of every opportunity to hone her writing skills and improve her critical analysis. She consistently attended voluntary study sessions, did additional FRQ writing practice online, and asked thoughtful and insightful questions about content and the world around her. She should be proud of her outstanding effort in academic growth this year. Congratulations to both Abra and Yara. The next Social Studies Award of Distinction is the John Adams American Government Award. This award is given to a student who has demonstrated outstanding achievement in American government and political science. This year's John Adams American Government Award goes to Delia McGrath. Delia is a student in Ms. Lang's AP Government and Politics class. Ms. Lang writes, Delia has demonstrated a sophisticated understanding of American government and politics throughout the year. Her long-term assignments on the Constitution, the role of the media, and the issuance of presidential pardons all exhibited a strong grasp of material and analytical ability. She participates well in class discussions. She does not hesitate to question her readings and their classmates. She researches well and listens to her peers. All of these are skills encouraged in American civic life. Delia plans to further her studies of American government at the summer college program at Syracuse University. Delia should be proud of her accomplishments. Congratulations, Delia. The highest social studies award of distinction is the Schofield Zach Award, which is awarded to a student who demonstrates mastery,
an intense interest in both history and the social sciences, and who plans further studies in the field. The award is named for Mr. Arden Schofield, a resident of Braintree and former English teacher in the system, and Mr. Milton Zack, a resident of Randolph. Both men survived unspeakable conditions in prisoner of war camps, with Mr. Schofield in Germany and Mr. Zack in Japan. And as members of a group of former prisoners, they have shared their stories with hundreds of Braintree students. So we honor them for risking all of their tomorrows for our today. This year, Mr. Flanagan, Mr. Pelletier, and Mr. Harper all agree that Dante Patinato clearly stands above his peers. His love of history is obvious, given that he is currently taking AP US History and AP European History in his junior year. As a sophomore, he took AP Human Geography. His historical thinking and writing skills are superior. His essays and answers are often used as examples in the classes. In his summation, Mr. Flanagan is highly confident that Dante will pursue an academic career in the social sciences. Congratulations, Dante.
My name's Mr. Michael Bachman. I'm the Assistant Director of Special Services for the Braintree Public Schools. Tonight, I'll present the Dave Swanton Pride Award. Dave was the originator of the alternative high school at Braintree. He was a housemaster and he was a headmaster. Me personally, he was my college football coach. He's my mentor, and to this day, he's my friend. We're presenting the Dave Swanton Pride Award to Alana Taylor, senior of the Alliance program. Miss Lebo says about Alana exemplifies the word pride. Miss Riley, Alana's supervisor in the bistro, says that Alana forced us to think outside the box and to drop the boundaries of our program. Alana, what you did is you were able to show me what the meaning of meaningful inclusion. After 34 years, I finally get it. Watching you and observing you work with the Prove Wave students in the bistro was inspiring. Congratulations, Alana. I'm very proud of you.
Our final set of Individual Achievement Awards will now be presented to the World Language Department. Mr. Nichols would like to recognize Nicholas Chang for Spanish 3. Mrs. McKinney's would like to recognize Emily Day for Spanish 2. Mr. Jameson would like to recognize Maggie DiCarlo for Spanish 2. Miss Ward would like to recognize Paige Harrington for Spanish 4. Mrs. Noon would like to recognize Beryl Quang for Spanish 3. Miss Heller would like to recognize Charles Lewis for French 5. Mrs. Young would like to recognize Gabrielle Mazzini for Spanish 2. Mrs. Murphy would like to recognize Kareem Moulin for French 4. Mrs. Jameson would like to recognize Nicoletta Petrulis for Spanish 4. Mrs. Carpinella would like to recognize Joshua Vo for Spanish 2. And Miss Nunez would like to recognize Yuen Zhu for Spanish 1.
Good afternoon. I am Mrs. Ward, the Director of World Languages. It is my pleasure to award the following 2 book awards. The first award is the Marguerite Yourcenar Award, which is given to the student with the highest average in AP French. This year, the award goes to Stephanie Rongoni. Madame Carpinella shared the following thoughts about Stephanie. Stephanie has consistently worked hard to succeed in AP French. She is never shy to speak her opinions and join in thoughtful class discussion. Bon travail et bon courage. The second award is the Federico Garcia Lorca Award, which is given to the student with the highest average in AP Spanish. This year, the award goes to Phoebe Rust. Mr. Jameson shared the following thoughts about Phoebe. Phoebe has performed to the highest standard in Spanish class since day one. Through her combination of hard work and natural ability, she has demonstrated a strong command of speaking, listening, reading, and writing, serving as an example for her classmates. Needless to say, she has been an absolute delight to teach. Felicitaciones. This year, for the first time, Braintree High School participated in the State Seal by Literacy. This award recognizes students who have pursued and attained bilingualism during their academic career in Braintree. To qualify, students demonstrated proficiency in English through either MCAS and access testing, and proficiency in a partner language through an exam, which tested students in all 4 domains of the language. Each of these students will receive a certificate, an honor cord, and will have the seal of biliteracy on their diplomas. I am proud to announce that the following students will receive the seal of biliteracy. Kathleen Alberski, Polish. Bridget Bognano, Spanish. Chelsea Ann Calder, Spanish. Yupu Kao, Mandarin. Sabrina Carnes, Spanish. Olivia Corbo, French. Caroline Coughlin, Spanish. Samantha DePaulo, French. Emily Deagle, Spanish. Sarah Hamda, Spanish. Allison Nell, Spanish. Joanna Lamb, French. Samantha Lee, French. Jinxia Lin, Mandarin. Jenna Lutz, Spanish. Julia McGonigal, Spanish. Alyssa No, Spanish. Deborah Pascual, Portuguese. Grace Perez, Spanish. Jessica Richa, Spanish. Margaret Richards, French. Stephanie Rangoni, French. Adriel Souza, Portuguese. Ivy Stanton, Spanish. Chiara Tamanini, Spanish. Brooke Thompson, Spanish. Madeline Whalen, Spanish. In addition, the following students will receive the seal of biliteracy with distinction, which required not only proficiency but demonstrated an advanced level of proficiency in both English and the partner language. Sarah Brothers, Spanish. Katerina Bucko, Polish and Spanish. Ariana Carnes, Spanish. Zhao Tin Sin, Mandarin. Rebecca Duong, Spanish. Mariana Gomez, Spanish. Henry Wang, Spanish. Sean Jameson, Spanish. Nicole Nauber, Spanish. Arinda Kono, Spanish. Karina Lamb, Spanish. Trevor McDonald, Spanish. Delia McGuire, Spanish. Ivilo Mihalev, Bulgarian. Mairead Morahan, Spanish. Samantha Parks, Spanish. Jared Preston, Spanish. Nadia Ramos, Spanish. Riley Ridge, Spanish. Phoebe Rust, Spanish. Nicolette Scola, Spanish. Oliver Zaba, Spanish and Polish. Jasmine Zhao, Spanish. Congratulations to all of these talented students.
Hello, this is Anthony Garofalo, Director of Guidance, here to present the College and University Book Awards for 10 different schools with which we hold a special relationship. The first book award this evening is the Suffolk University Book Award, which is presented for a student with high academic achievement who exemplifies a commitment to their education and school community. This year's recipient is Jenna Maharmo. A member of the National Honor Society, Jenna has worked tirelessly to achieve academically. She's a 2-sport athlete in track and volleyball and a member of SAD. And within the community, she gives back to others through her work at Thayer Public Library and as a student assistant at the South Shore Health Center. Her passion and work ethic will take her far in this world. The second book award is the High Point University Book Award, presented to a students who have not only shown great academic and social achievement, but also model an intuitive growth mindset, as well as demonstrate excellence in service in and out of the classroom. This year's recipient is Kara Mooney. As a National Honor Society member and candidate for the French National Honor Society, Kara helps organize the tutoring program at our school. She has been involved in winter track, cross country, and is an Irish step dancer, where she has volunteered extensively as an assistant teacher. Kara has also volunteered at Hope's Love Company and Paula's Fun Day. Kara is a leader by example. The St. Michael's Book Award is presented for academic achievement with social conscience, which recognizes an outstanding male and female member of the junior class who demonstrates a commitment to the volunteerism and leadership in his or her community. Recipients must also be a member of the NHS. The first recipient is Benjamin Hansen. Besides being at the top of his class, Ben is on the top of his game. He's an active member in the string band, jazz band, and the Theater Guild. He is also an instructor from the American Kempo Karate Academy in Weymouth and has volunteered at Camp Calumet in Freedom, New Hampshire. This whole-brained academic musician and athlete stands out among his peers. The other St. Michael's Book Award is presented to Tiffany Hong. Tiffany is a no-nonsense, multi-talented individual. She has been a competitive swimmer since 6th grade, Whether as a swimmer, a lifeguard, or an YMCA swim meet volunteer, Tiffany always puts her best self forward. She is a recognized scholar athlete at the top of her class, is a member of NHS and the National Art On Society. It is the diverseness of her interests that sets her apart. The Stonehill College Book Award is presented for the first time this year at BHS to an academically talented and service-oriented junior who has not only excelled in the classroom, but who has also made positive contributions to his or her community. Each year, we are privileged to reward students who are affecting real change in their corner of the world by giving back. This year's recipient is Paige Harrington. Paige is a talented student earning membership into the National Honor Society and the National Art Honor Society. She volunteers her time working on the Memory Project or collecting recyclables around the building. She's a three-sport athlete, member of Best Buddies, SAD, the environmental and science clubs. She also volunteers for the New England Aquarium as a Live Blue ambassador. Paige affects real change in her corner of the world by giving back in meaningful ways. The Smith College Book Award is presented to a female member of the junior class who exemplifies academic achievement, leadership, qualities, and concern for others. This year's recipient is Angel Kwong. Angel is an impressive student whose leadership and service to others sets her apart. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society, Interact Club, and is a school committee representative. Outside of BHS, she's a teaching assistant at Kumon, a member of Quincy Asian Resource Youth Board, Youth Service Corps, as well as other community service associations. Angel may not be the loudest student, but her actions and commitment to others speak much louder than any words. The Wellesley College Book Award is presented annually to a female member of the junior class who exemplifies the qualities that Wellesley College seeks in its students: outstanding scholarship, varied talent, and strong character. This year's recipient is Charlotte Yang. A top member of her class, Charlotte also has a passion for giving back to her school and community. She is a captain of the BHS girls tennis team, serves as a tennis coach and counselor at the Interact Tennis Academy. Charlotte is also a student technician for the BHS IT department and received a third-place finish at MIT's Blueprint competition. Charlotte is a kind and humble student who is deserving of this prestigious award. The Brandeis University Book Award is presented to a junior who ranks near the top of his or her class and who demonstrates a strong commitment to civic engagement, community service, and volunteerism within the school and community. This year's recipient is Samuel Salish. Sam is a hardworking and deserving student. Since entering high school, he's participated in cross-country and track, plays the alto saxophone in the band, and gives back to his community through volunteer work in his church and at the local nursing home. He is fluent in 3 languages and manages to balance all of these with his outstanding academic work. Congratulations, Sam. The Yale University Book Award is presented by the members of the Yale Club of Boston, recognizing a member of the junior class who exhibits exceptional intellectual promise, possesses an outstanding personal character, and demonstrates a strong commitment to school and community. This year's recipient is Kareem Moline. Kareem's dedication and passion for learning has earned him the rank number 2 in his class. He consistently seeks educational opportunities in and outside of the classroom. He's a valued member of the student council, math team, science team, theater guild, and the swim team. He also volunteers as a math tutor for underclassmen. Kareem is destined for success and will have a bright future ahead of him. The final book award presented this evening is the Harvard University Book Award, which dates back to 1910 and recognizes the member of the junior class who currently has the highest academic standing. That alone, however, is not enough. Harvard University Book Prize recognizes a student who displays excellence in scholarship and high character, combined with achievement in other fields. This year's recipient is Kayla O'Shea. Kayla epitomizes academic excellence. Her unparalleled commitment to academics has earned her the current highest rank in her class. She also finds time to be a well-rounded community member. As an intern for the Milton Academy Saturday course for the past 3 years, an LBA ambassador for the New England Aquarium, science department lab aide, she's participated in the Women of Science competition and attended the Boston Leadership Institute summer program. Kayla is a remarkable student and person. The final award presented this evening by myself and the guidance department is not a book award. It's the Anthony T. King Unsung Hero Award. This is an award in honor of the beloved former director of guidance for the Braintree Public Schools. He will always be remembered for his kindness, compassion, and ability to recognize the unique worth and potential of all students. This award recognizes a student who has been a quiet leader, demonstrating compassion and kindness to all around them while being a welcome and positive influence for our school and community. This year's recipient is Josiah Martino Berrios. Josiah is a quiet giant at Braintree High School. He is not a giant because he is tall and is a football player, but he is a giant because of his heart and kindness. Every day, Josiah does some act of kindness that changes people's lives, and he doesn't even know it. He respects every person he meets. He's a calm mediator in times of trouble, a voice of reason with friends, and an advocate and friend to those who can't advocate for themselves. He's a perfect recipient for the Tony King Unsung Hero Award. Thank you very much, and have a good evening.
Hello again, and congratulations to all the teacher and departmental award winners. The first school-wide award that I would like to award tonight is to recognize the top 5% of our graduating class. Many factors go into class grades, and any one grade might have what statisticians would call noise. In other words, a class that just didn't work for us, a subject that isn't our best, even a semester when we were ill, all of these can make a single grade not representative of an actual academic achievement. When taken as a group, however, we get a truer picture of a student's overall achievement. And while that group includes more than 20 final grades, more than 100 quarter and exam grades, well, then at that point, we have a data set that might just tell us something. In the case of the following students, what that data tells us is that they have achieved as students a level of success which is almost difficult to believe. Freshman year through senior year, seasons when they were varsity athletes, or seasons when they were in a school play, winters with lots of snow, falls when they were caring for a sick family member, springs when they picked up extra hours at a part-time job. No matter the circumstance, these students excelled at their studies and showed a consistency and a dedication that has made them stand out. The students whose names I am about to read in alphabetical order have achieved grade point averages in the top 5% for the class of 2020, and thus are academically the very best in their class. Caitlin Arsenault, Thomas Barty, Caitlin Brittain, Ariana Carnes, Sabrina Carnes, Brianna Chaparro-Bay, Olivia Corbo, Samantha DePaulo, Elizabeth Foley, Henry Huang, Nicole Nauber, Allison Nell, Karina Lamb, Isabella Lambros, Samantha Lee, Trevor McDonald, Mairead Morahan, Kristen Eng, Margaret Richards, Stephanie Rongone, Phoebe Rust, and Ivy Stanton. Congratulations to these students for their tremendous achievement. I'd next like to honor and award the Senior Appreciation Award, which is given annually to a member or members of the senior class who have contributed significantly to Braintree High School and to the experience of their class. This year there are two winners, and while they both are exceptional people individually, for the purposes of this award, I think it is only right to summarize their achievement as a pair. These two students have, without question, made BHS a whole better place this year, as well as enriching the experience of their entire class. They have added numerous activities and new traditions to our school and have done so with consistently positive and engaging attitudes. They have literally made Monday mornings better for all of us. They have volunteered countless hours towards school and community events. And I think it is fair to say they may be among the BHS faculty and administration's most missed members of this class. It is with great pleasure that I give this year's Senior Appreciation Award to Caitlin O'Rourke and Colleen O'Riordan. Congratulations. The next award is the John W. Leroy Renaissance Man Award. The John W. Leroy Renaissance Man Award is named for the former headmaster of Braintree High School, John W. Leroy, whose strength of character and sense of purpose is legendary. As many will attest, his passion for this town and this school was unmatched. He was a Marine, an All-American athlete, a teacher, a coach, an administrator, an elected official. He worked on one of the crews that literally built this building that I'm standing in right now. He set an example that can frankly be a little intimidating for headmasters who have served after him, particularly those who are not able to go down to the weight room and out bench press the starting offensive lineman as Mr. Leroy was wont to do. Perhaps above all, though, he valued citizenship and community. One time, he said, "As principal of a town high school, you get a lot of self-satisfaction, and you can't measure that with money. Sure, I'd like to be wealthy, but I'm not. But I think I've contributed to the community, and that's what's important to me." This award is given to members of the senior class who have demonstrated to a very high degree talent in multiple areas, including academic achievement, involvement in school activities, civic mindedness, and strong leadership. This year, there are 2 recipients. I first had an opportunity to interact with the first recipient when we both served on a district-wide committee. She was the only student member, which can be both a challenge and can be hard to be confident and both respectful at the same time for a student. Instead, she was an ideal committee member, thoughtful, reflective, an excellent listener, a keen observer of detail, but also a clear and effective speaker. She has displayed these aspects of her character in everything she has done here at Braintree High School. To begin with, she is one of the very top students in all of Braintree High and has achieved remarkable grades across her 10 different advanced placement courses, which cover the full range of the humanities and STEM subjects. She is also an excellent musician and has served as the president of both of band and of Tri-M, our music honor society. In addition, she has been a regular standout for the cross country and track teams, and this past February qualified for and competed in the Massachusetts divisional and all-state indoor track meets. Her accomplishments in multiple fields truly echo the intent of this award, and it gives me great pleasure to name Samantha DePaulo as the first recipient of this year's Leroy Award. Congratulations. Our second recipient is also an extremely accomplished student, having earned exceptional marks in all of her classes, including 10 advanced placement courses as well. Her teachers describe her as dedicated, hardworking, and insightful, and her academic consistency during her entire 4-year career as a BHS student has been remarkable. She also is a multi-sport athlete and has brought her dedication and commitment to all of the teams that she has been a part of. She also has excelled as a leader and served not only as a vice president for the National Honor Society, but also as the president of her class. In this role, she has also served as a student representative on the BHS School Council, where she collaborated regularly with teachers, administrators, parents, and community members to discuss the direction of our school. I've had a chance to get to know her through these meetings and in her role as class president, and I can confirm that her positive, can-do attitude informs everything that she does and indicates that she will be an effective leader in whatever areas she chooses to pursue in her life. I am pleased to announce the second winner of this year's Leroy Award, Sabrina Carnes. Congratulations. The final award that I'd like to present is the French Medal. The French Medal is given each year to the student in the senior class who has achieved the highest academic rank. This year's recipient is a truly remarkable student who has excelled in just about every way that a Braintree High School student can excel. She is a multi-sport athlete who has been a member of varsity teams for multiple seasons. She is a committed member of many honor societies and has served as the National Honor Society's president. She has supported a number of other volunteer efforts. She's been recognized by the BHS faculty multiple times at these academic awards for her excellence and for her obvious leadership. Above all else, she is an outstanding student, consistent, dedicated, insightful. Her teachers point to her ability to persevere through challenging moments and the ability to successfully navigate an entire career's worth of advanced placement courses is certainly evidence of that. Those who work with her also point out that her motivation to learn comes directly from a true desire to discover more about the world, a desire that she will no doubt have multiple opportunities to feed when she begins her career next fall at Harvard University. I have to add as well that she manages to accomplish all of this while remaining friendly, unassuming, and kind, and that every interaction I have had with her over the past 2 years has not only been pleasant and positive, but has even put me, the adult, at ease. Please join with me in congratulating this year's winner of the French Medal, Phoebe Rust. Congratulations. That concludes our academic awards presentation for this year. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video celebrating the academic accomplishments of so many Braintree High School students. The format has been different, but the intent has been the same, and we hope that you, the students of Braintree High who have been recognized, know how much we care and respect for your academic achievement. Thank you.